Hi, this is Mary Dudley. This is video number 3 for AEP 800 for Module 15. As you can see, we're at starfall.com, and this is part of the Starfall Education Foundation that was founded in 2002 as a public charity for educators and for parents to have a website that they could go to and for have their students and children to play fun learning games in a safe environment online. Now, part of Starfall is absolutely free. If you look where I'm pointing, this section right around in here, all of this is free for parents and educators. This section right here where it says Get More Starfall, Join Today, is where you have memberships. You could go and purchase this for extra things. You may click on some of these and there are light versions in here. You may get 2 options or 3 games, but those are for purchase. If you take a look, if you just look at parents, again, you can see there is a Starfall Home membership. It's for $35 a day. You can join and you can even download an app. So again, it can be played on a laptop and it can be played on a tablet. Also, let's take a look. If you want, you can also view educators. And then for the Starfall membership, I believe our school has purchased, I think, a classroom membership for our computer lab. But if you were a teacher, you'd do 70, a classroom would be 150, and a school membership would be more. It's just extra learning games, phonics, and reading and math skills that would be available to your students compared to the other free versions. But for this purpose, we're going to go back and we're going to look at simply what would be the free thing. So the choices that you have that are free, and there are a lot of choices. You have where students can practice ABCs, learning how to read. That's more of a phonics. It's fun to read. I'm reading. And then you have things they can play with: the calendar, some seasonal activities such as the gingerbread man, the jack-o'-lantern, 100th day, and the snowman, of course, and the earth. So there are other things. Again, this is a section which you have a membership for. There are some areas, and we're going to talk about that in a few seconds. But let's just take a look at the ABCs. So again, you'd have the ABCs. You have, if you want to practice on the letter B, pops up.
B. I am going to get you, B.
And then it tells the child right there, you can go back, and it gives the sound.
B.
And so we're going to click, telling the child to click.
B. Ball. Bouncing ball.
So that's a great way for them to practice sounds, words, right through here through the ABCs.
Goodbye.
So if the child wants to go back, it'll take them back to letters. And again, you can do the same thing. They have the option to do vowels as well. And then it will give you the option if you want to go to some of those memberships. So we're going to go back. And then let's check out Learn to Read. Now, of course, this is more of our phonics. Again, all of these are free. So you could start with word families if you want to, or one of our favorites was to go and practice some blends or some digraphs.
SH sounds like shh.
So again, it's modeling for the child.
Can you say the shh sound?
And then if you want to continue.
SH sounds like shh, as in sheep.
So again, it's reinforcing those sounds. Again, you would hit that if you'd like to go to the next, but if the child's finished, they can X out, and it'll take them back to the same thing. Again, if you could, let's say we want to practice on the at family.
Make a word with at to match the picture. Bat.
So bat. So it's giving them that picture, and then they have to realize that initial sound. So we're going to go b, bat.
B.
So it gives them the option if they want to. They want to, and they've clicked it.
B.
Bring
At.
it out.
Bat.
Okay.
Rat.
And we'll keep going through those letters until they're all done. So if the child wants to X out, they can. And then you can go back and listen partly to a story.
Short E makes its very own sound. Eh, eh. Eh, 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 eh. Egg. Peg.
Okay.
Eh.
And so right there, it tells me to listen.
Peg is a red hen.
All right, so it will continue on with the story and the child can follow, but every time they see that, they know that it will read it to them and they were going to listen. So we're going to X out and then we're just going to go back. And then the section 3B, it's fun to read. And then you have all books that you can come up with, all about me, art gallery, music, poetry, some tongue twisters. But if you just do, let's click all about me just to check it out.
Who am I?
And so it's telling the child, okay, let's click the next one.
Girl.
Okay. And then again, that symbol lets them know that you need to listen.
I am a girl.
And the book will continue to build. It will keep building on until it's a full-on book.
Bye-bye.
And so we'll go back. And then this one offers books for children to read. And you have plays, fiction or nonfiction, comics, for example, folk tales, some Greek myths. I was very surprised to see that. And then even Chinese fables. So it's a little multicultural right there. But let's just click on folk tales. And you have the options, classics that we know, the Little Red Hen, Chicken Little, the Turnip, the Little Rooster. And I believe this will read it to your students. So again, it'll tell you to go to the next. And then each time.
A little red hen found a bag of corn. I will take it home and make muffins, she said.
So again, this is another option for children to hear very good fluent reading and classic tales that have very strong beginning, middle, and end stories for them. So again, these again are all free for educators to use on a laptop, on your tablets. This can be projected onto a smart board. And then if you want for some fun, I know these are very favorites around the holidays for my children to go and see, for example, like the snowman.
O-W sometimes sounds like O, as in snow.
So again, we're singing phonics.
Snow, men, snowmen.
And then it's telling where to go.
Give the snow man a hat.
All right, and so the child would choose click and it moves it over. So that's some fun playing that they would do with that. Again, it's structuring how to put a sentence together, and then they get to build their own snowman. Now, if you're interested to look at the Get More Starfall Join Today, for example, if you looked at cat, it's going to give you the vowels, but it's only going to give you like one game to play. So these are very light versions just to kind of give you an idea of what your child's going to be learning. I think another one I looked at was a math one. Again, it talks about numbers. It only gives you 2. But then if we looked at, let's see, shapes, you could work at 3D shapes, patterns, time. Okay, if we're going to add, let's see. Again, this would give you at least 6 math games to play on this light version. Addition in 10, word problems, -1, subtraction within 10, compose and decompose, and base 10 practice. So even in the light version, there are some free, there are sometimes more than others. Sometimes it only give you 1 game, but in this one, this is a great one. This will give you about 6 games free in the membership one. Again, they are trying to get you to purchase a membership, but I really think it's incredible that they do offer all of this for your children. And my children, this is a favorite when they go to computer lab, also on tablets and in our laptop station. They really enjoy all of this, and it gives them control. If they want to practice their ABCs and work on some phonics and building some words, they can do that. If they want to make a book, they can do that and learn to read, or someone can read to them. Or maybe they just want to have a little fun and do some holiday things, but that is still encouraging reading and building words together. So they are learning on this website. Now, why I chose Starfall is because it is really a wonderful digital tool for my students to practice their ABCs, their phonics, and reading skills. Those very early reading skills are essential. So students choose what to work on. If they want to change their learning, they can. They're in charge of where they go on this site. Now, we do tell them they're not going to be able to play all of this on this side. This is kind of the area they need to stay, but I don't keep them from coming here. They'll find very quickly that some games they're able to play and some that they're not. The purpose for Starfall is, or for me to use Starfall in my classroom, it's my goal and objective for my students to practice those ABCs, those early phonics and early reading skills while using a digital tool, using those resources that are already in my classroom. And it's just building upon what I'm already modeling and teaching. This is a great reinforcement, a great practice for them to really go over those skills a little extra time in workstations or if they have a free moment in centers. The audience is really for my students, but of course I let parents know about Starfall at the beginning of the year, and I encourage them to go on site and really get to see what they're going to be doing in the classroom or in their computer lab time once a week. Now the standards I chose were sections 2, and I did 2B, which is develop technology enriched learning environment that enables all students to pursue their individual curiosities and become active participants in setting their own goals in their learning. And I did also 4B, and that really is to address the diverse needs of all learners by using learner-centered strategies, providing equitable access to appropriate digital tools and resources. So I hope you get to check out Starfall. It's really a great online website for students and teachers to go visit, and I hope you have fun. Thanks.